Hey guys, happy Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time, my name is Cody. I hope you enjoy what you are about to watch and share if you think anybody will benefit from it. So, sorry if I'm a little sweaty. I just went for a run, but I wanted to share something while it was kind of on the tip of my tongue while I was thinking about it. As you're aware through my channel, if you've seen the videos before, or if you're not, I started having a spiritual awakening last February. And one of the things that is so mind-blowing about having a spiritual awakening and connecting to the flow of the universe and, vibrations and all these type of things is that these really cool types of breadcrumbs start showing up to show you that you're on the right path. Little things that you can't explain. They're referred to and known as synchronicities. And when these synchronicities happen, they blow your mind because you can't believe they happened, but yet you know that they're a sign from the universe, but they're also unexplainable because so much would have to happen for them to have happened at that exact moment. And so a lot of people will look at these things as just being coincidences, which is fine. I'm not trying to, change anybody's mind. I do feel bad for people who view them as coincidences when you're in the flow because you're missing out on some vital clues and amazing, things from the universe that are guiding you. And so I just want to share three of them really quickly, three that kind of come to the top of my head. Now, I've had so many, but I wanted to say just a few that maybe you relate to. So the first one that I want to talk about is when I first went through my spiritual awakening in February, my world just opened up. Like limiting beliefs crashed down. I saw a whole new world of possibility. I elevated. And for about 2 weeks, I honestly felt like I was on drugs because I was so connected to something larger than myself, and the world had opened up, and I realized that there was purpose and meaning behind the world, and I couldn't be touched. Like everything was just amazing. And so I was getting all these crazy synchronicities and all these things showing me that I was right and I was on the right path, and every time they'd happen I'd be blown away. And because I didn't believe in this stuff either. Let me just tell you really quickly, like before February, I was basically an atheist. Like I didn't even believe in a higher power or an energy source or whatever you want to look at the source being, whatever you want to call it. I was an atheist, so I didn't believe in any of this stuff. So I want to preface it with that. So I would have been the last person who would have believed you if you had told me about these. I would have called them coincidences as well. But anyways, so I'm tapped into it. I'm at the gym one day and I'm running on the treadmill and I'm feeling really, really good. I'm just kind of tapped in. I'm listening to some music. I can't believe this whole world is opening up to me. And in the corner of my eye, I start seeing this guy who's flipping the channels on his TV. And he's flipping his channels, and it's just, he keeps going and keeps going. And it's, mind you, this is just out of the corner of my eye. I can't really see it. He's on like a bike with a TV on it. I can't even remember what the name of the bike thing is. But anyways, and he's going, he keeps changing the channel. And in my mind, I'm just like feeling good. I'm feeling connected, thinking about how my whole world is opened up and, the possibilities and how amazing the universe is and all these type of things. And I keep feeling him changing the channel. And it just keeps going, going, going. I'm like, man, this guy really can't decide on a channel. And then finally, as I'm running, I decide to just not even really for any particular reason. I finally just look over. And the second I look over, he had stopped for a second on a screen, whatever channel he was on. I don't know what he was watching. And it said in big letters on the screen, "The universe is talking to you." And then the channel changed again. And I was blown away. So of all the times I could have looked at it, all this other type of stuff, he's changing. I'm noticing the second I look over, the universe is talking to you. And you have to understand how connected I felt to the universe. So when that moment happened, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it was crazy. I just smiled. I called my wife. It was just a really cool synchronicity that was happening during my real, beginning of my awakening. Now, another one that I had was I started waking up earlier and started doing reading and doing all these type of things. And I was really drawn to this gentleman who's a humanitarian and a self-help coach and this just amazing guy. His name is Robin Sharma. I heard a podcast of his and he was talking about a book called The 5 a.m. Club. And the 5 a.m. Club is this amazing book about basically, it says, own your morning, elevate your life. And it's basically sets you up for success in your day. And it tells you about morning routines. He talks about this thing called the 20-20-20 formula. So from 5 to 6, you have 3 pockets of 20 minutes that you incorporate and do something amazing. First one is exercise. The second one is reflect. And the third one is grow. So each pocket you do something. And it just basically is a time that you set yourself up for success and leads you to, being this powerful person who can conquer any of your dreams and desires. So I was really drawn to the book.
But you have to remember, I'd gotten the book and I was reading it. You have to remember, or maybe you don't have to remember because you didn't know, that I hadn't read books in like 20 years. I mean, the last time I'd read a book probably, honestly, was like 15 years. I'm 39, was probably about 15 years ago. All I did was really read the news and all of that other stuff, yada, yada, yada. So I started reading a book, but I started kind of falling out of the habit of reading it. And it just was kind of getting in old patterns. And so it's February when this is happening. And every morning, my routine would be, before I really got the 5 a.m. club routine, but I would wake up, I'd write a gratitude list. But first, I would grab this coat. And I would always grab it because it was cozy and comfortable. And I don't know, it was just kind of became part of my morning routine. And I'd gotten that coat probably, at least 10 years ago, and I'd barely ever worn it. I didn't really like the way it looked that much, but for the morning it was perfect and it was cozy. And so I'm kind of doing the morning routine thing, and then I start falling off a little bit. And I kind of sleep in again, and I'm not really reading my book so much, but I'm feeling guilty that I'm not reading the book because it's teaching me so much valuable stuff. And so I start feeling a little guilty and I'm falling off. And when I'm reading the book, it's talking about this beautiful place called Mauritius. And I'm on this part that's focusing on this island of Mauritius. It's off the coast of Africa. It's supposed to be beautiful. And I'm just never heard of it. I've never heard of it in my whole life because I didn't read. So I never heard of it. And then so I'm on that point of the book and I kind of stop reading it. And then I start missing it a little bit. And I'm like, gosh, I need to kind of get in my morning routine. And, I start thinking about that over for a couple days, and it starts happening. And I start thinking about my coat and getting cozy and getting back into the routine of reading the book and, kind of making a focal point. And one day I see my coat sitting on the foot of my bed, and I pick it up and I'm thinking about how amazing this coat is. And like, should I start reading the 5 a.m. club again? Should I put my focus back on it? It seems like it's something important. It seemed like I was called to do. As I'm picking it up, and mind you, I got this jacket at least 10 years ago. Never really wore it. Only while I started reading this book. I look it up, I pick it up, and I look at, for no apparent reason, but where it was made. I'm actually looking at who made it, like the company that made it. And then I look at it, and it says that it was made in Mauritius. The island I had never heard of in my life. I only wore this while I was reading this book. The book was on the topic, and they were living on the island of Mauritius. So, my mind was blown. I'm picking it up. I never heard of it. It's the only jacket I wore when I read this. Obviously, the universe is telling me I'm on the right path. Keep reading the 5 a.m. club. The last one that I want to share with you is a really quick one. So, I'm listening to the book Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. That's this book right here. Whoa, excuse me. And I have the audio version of it. And my mind is creeping up again on me, and it's being irrational. It's telling me that things might not be as I think they are. And so I start doubting what's happening. On my run, I'm listening to the audiobook of it. I'm running up a hill. Vex King is talking about the law of vibration. He's talking about the law of attraction, all of these things. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if this could be real. So the law of vibration is basically, if you have a good frequency, a good vibration, good things will happen to you. And the law of attraction is basically very similar. You believe it, you repeat it, you receive it, all of these great things. So it's basically the universe is working in your favor once you're tapped in. It makes things happen for you. It's working behind the scenes. So it's been, a little while since I've had my awakening. So more doubt starts creeping in, and he's talking about law of vibration. I'm thinking in my head, I was like, gosh, I'd really like somehow to know that this is real. Like, I just wish I stopped doubting it. I wish I didn't always, have those types of, doubts that creep in. So I'm running up this hill, and he's talking about law of vibration. I'm thinking, man, I wish I could get a sign that something was, just tell me this is real. And so then I'm hearing a little bit. I get to the top of the hill, and I look up, and right in front of me on this billboard at a bus station in big letters with an exclamation point, it says, "It's the law." Right after I was asking for a sign, he's talking about law of vibration, law of attraction. I'm asking for the universe to give me a sign that's right. I look up, big letters, it says, "It's the law" with an exclamation point. So I looked at that as being pretty proof that it's the truth. Because what are the odds of me, of course, running up that hill at that time, listening to Vex King, talking about law of attraction, law of vibration, asking for a sign, then looking up, and it says, "It's the law" in huge letters on an exclamation point. Now, it was for a law firm talking about how you have to have workers' comp at your work, but it doesn't matter. The thing I saw was huge letters. It's law, first thing I saw. So those are 3 synchronicities that I had in my life that to me are unexplainable and are not coincidences because I was tapped into the universe and asking for signs and they were given to me. Those little synchronicities provide you with proof that you are on the right path, and they are mind-blowing when they happen to you. Be open to things like that. Connect to your higher self. Get rid of your limiting beliefs and believe you have a purpose that is needed to be fulfilled in your soul. Get after it, and these synchronicities and much, much more will happen to you on a daily basis. And huge things will happen, and life gets easier because it kind of flows towards you. I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. Share this video if you think anybody will enjoy it. Love you guys. Leave a comment, subscribe. Talk soon.